In this demo, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a mug and plate. I'm going to be showing you a few different techniques for both the mug and the plate. So first of all, to make a mug, usually people will use one of the paint cups or something else to use to trace their base. It's smart not to cut things out of the center of your slab because you go through a lot more slabs that way. So now that I have the base of my mug, I can do the sides. You want to start with a straight edge. So usually I just take my ruler and cut a straight line. Then to make sure that the sides are even, I usually take 3 to 3.5 inches is a good height for a mug, so I'll go 3.5. The base will add a little bit of height to it, so sometimes people end up getting too tall. Make sure that your mug is a reasonable height. You don't really want anything too tiny, but you don't want anything that's like huge and too heavy to use anyways. So I'm just going to take, and once again, you'll notice I marked across 3.5 inches all the way across my slab so it's straight. If I wouldn't have cut my straight edge, there would be no point in measuring. This slab is a little bit on the thick side, I would say, but it'll get us, I would say anything from like 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. The thinner the slab, obviously, the lighter your mug is going to be. Okay, so now that I have the wall of my mug and the base of my mug, I'm going to take and slip and score here and attach the walls to the base. I obviously have more clay than I need. It's better to start with a larger slab and cut off the extra than have to add on to your mug. You always put any slab on the top of your mug, or the top of the base. The same with if you're making a slab box, you always do it on the top. It just makes it a lot stronger. So I can kind of mark and cut down. So basically this is just going to make a plain up and down, straight up and down cylinder for the moment. Make sure you slip and score both sides. You don't want any leaks in your mug. The majority of time on your mug is going to be smoothing. Obviously at this point it's not the prettiest thing, but I would suggest using your rib tool and making sure that you smooth together the creases where things are attached. Make sure that you also get the inside. You can either use your finger or you can use one of the wooden or plastic modeling tools to smooth the inside. So I would obviously want to do quite a bit more smoothing, but you can see at this point it would be a basic straight up and down mug. I'm actually going to show you now how to change the shape of your mug. So if I want my mug to get wider at the top, like many coffee mugs would do, I will take and cut a little triangle in clay. The longer the triangle, the more gradual it's going to change the shape. But I'll trace it through. So here I would have my 3 little triangles. Then what I'm going to do in a triangle across from each other, I'm going to take and cut 3 little slits in my clay. You might as well go to the part where you attached it together in the first place. It just makes more sense. So then I can slip and score these little triangles in. For now, the triangles are just going to stick up, but I'll show you how to smooth it in. Okay, so now I have a really sloppy little mug, but if I take and cut off the top of these little triangles, and actually get them joined together, after quite a bit of smoothing, you can see that that it would look like it would be a mug that would come out. If I made my triangles thinner, it would be less of a drastic, like if you just wanted it to come out a little bit. The other thing is if I wanted, sometimes people will make things like, I had somebody make an owl once, or even a grenade, or different things like that that have like the opposite shape, or a coconut. What they would do at that point is if you'd actually, I'll just show you on this side, if you actually take and cut out a triangle, and then if you would push it together, you would see that if you actually stuck it together, it would have the opposite effect, where it would start going in and shape in. Obviously it looks pretty funny when I have the triangles going out and the one side going in, but you see the basic idea. Yeah, so ignore my lopsided mug, but this would be the basic way to make a mug for your project. Obviously, yours are going to be much more creative, and so when you're actually taking and adding on or carving things in or making them your own idea, that's going to be extra steps on top. And to do that, you can just carve into your clay, you can add things on, you can shape and use like the loop tools and just have fun with it. So that's how you make a basic shape of a mug. You can stop, Mariah.